Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Good morning, everyone. On your Wednesday morning, we do begin with an Amber Alert. If you are just waking up with us, we've been following this breaking news throughout the night out of Madison Heights, where police have issued an Amber Alert after a 17-year-old autistic boy went missing. His name is Dion Gardner, and there's his picture on your screen. He's 5 foot 8 inches tall and weighs around 200 pounds. He was last seen at a Meijer store on East 13 Mile Road in Madison Heights around midnight. He was wearing a blue-green polo shirt and blue jeans and black shoes. He has very limited verbal communication skills and limited mental capacity as well. We have a crew that is talking to the family now, so we're going to be having a live report for you just as soon as we can, probably closer to 6:30. But again, anyone with information, if you think that you've seen him throughout the overnight hours, please contact police right away.
In the meantime, it is a Wednesday, everyone. Thank you for waking up with us here at Local 4 News today. We do have a lot of news to get to. Obviously, we are covering everything related to the Democratic National Convention that happened last night. We're also tracking your weather, as it's going to be another hot one today.
Yes, it is, Brandon. Back into the 90s?
Yes, it is, but the humidity level is manageable today, so that's some good news. A good-looking sunrise comes up in about 10-15 minutes. We've got a few clouds looking up to the north here and northeast over Belle Isle, southern Ontario. Good morning, everybody. We've got a good variety of temperatures. 68 at Metro, 70 in Troy, but you go out to Howell at 65 and Ann Arbor at 57. And where we have some of these cooler spots, we're getting some patchy fog. So just be careful driving through central Washtenaw County and parts of St. Clair County, where visibility is down to about a half a mile. Hazy sunshine at 8 a.m. noontime. We're at 87 and 90 degrees this afternoon. Through the evening, a couple of spotty showers up to the north. You see a cold front up there that will be sagging south, and we'll take a look at that and increasing rain chances for your Thursday coming up. Here's Kim DeJulio and your 4 Live traffic. So far, so good.
That's right. We had a little bit of trouble this morning, but right now we're accident-free out there, so that's some awesome news. This is I-94 right near Southfield Freeway. Very quiet eastbound lanes as well as the westbound lanes, so no problems you need to worry about right now. But we've got construction to talk about. I've got a project to talk about along I-75 that's coming up at 6:14. Rhonda?
All right, Kim, thank you. We do want to get to other breaking news we're following this morning out of Detroit's east side. That's where a man was shot and killed overnight, and that man's body was found on Riad Street. This is an area near Kelly Road and Meringue on the far east side. This was earlier this morning. We have just learned that the victim was 37 years old and was shot outside of his vehicle on that road. No arrests have been made.
The streets of Philadelphia were once again filled with protesters, and some of them actually started inside of the Democratic Convention after calls to nominate Bernie Sanders for president went unheard. And instead, Hillary Clinton was the one making history this time around, becoming the first female to win the nomination of a major party for president.
Yeah, it was quite an emotional moment, too, for those in the audience. The majority of delegates threw their support behind the former Secretary of State. Local 4's Devin Skillian has more on what was going on inside of the convention.
Good morning. Welcome back to Philadelphia. Just before Bill Clinton took the stage last night, Donald Trump tweeted out that he felt that Bill Clinton was overrated as a communicator. I think over the years, even his detractors would say he's pretty good with a microphone, and it was his job last night to try to help Hillary Clinton make history in November. But of course, she had already made history earlier in the night.
Casts 29 votes for Senator Bernie Sanders.
While some of the Bernie Sanders diehards clung to the hope that it might be otherwise,
we proudly cast 21 votes for Senator Bernie Sanders.
the math was clear from the start, and it was South Dakota that made Hillary Rodham Clinton the first woman nominated by a major party to be president.
And 15 for the 45th President of the United States, and the first one who will be called Madam President, Hillary Rodham Clinton.
It was exhilarating, and in a sense almost difficult to believe that it was happening. that we actually have a woman who will be on the ballot in November for the President of the United States.
I can't believe we're finally seeing it. You know, when I interviewed for my first job at General Motors, I was asked why would a woman want to work at General Motors. I now see a woman CEO at General Motors, and I'm going to see a woman president of the United States.
But with such strong negatives facing the nominee, the charm offensive began immediately with another Clinton.
She's a natural leader, she's a good organizer, and she's the best darn change maker I ever met in my entire life.
But I was eager to talk to some of the youngest women in the crowd, girls who were there when a ceiling disappeared.
President being one of the highest jobs you can have ever, it's like, really, the sky is the limit, and Hillary Clinton is showing all young girls that.
What would you like to be when you grow up?
I want to be a president too.
And then, of course, after that, a surprise live appearance by video from Hillary Clinton from New York, surrounded by little girls. And she said, if you're a little girl who stayed up tonight to watch this, I may be the first woman president in November, but one day one of you will be. So quite a history-making night last night, but we're only halfway through this convention, and they still have a lot of work to do, obviously a lot of convincing to do to get voters over to Hillary Clinton's side. We'll have that covered for you as well as we continue from Philadelphia. Devin Skillion, Local 4 News Today.
All righty, Devin, thank you. We're going to hear from him again a little bit later this morning. Plus, he's going to have live reports from Philly on day 3 of the convention that starts today right here on Local 4 News at 5 p.m.
Yes, and we do want to get over to Jason because after all of the speeches, we always like to fact check and put all the speeches through the truth test. How
That's
they
right,
do
we
last
did it
night.
last week, right? Turnabout is fair play. You got the truth test going on here. Yeah, there he is. True and false. I don't know if you're paying that close attention to the graphic. We had some fact and fiction from day 1. Now we're diving into day 2 of the DNC. Former Vermont Governor Howard Dean, claiming Donald Trump's whole health care plan. You remember Howard Dean, there he is right there, looking like he hasn't aged a bit, was going to replace the Affordable Care Act. Trump's plan replacing Affordable Care with, quote, something so much better, although we're sure he was probably being sarcastic. Factcheck.org reports Trump has released a 27-point health care plan. Dean also said that Vice Presidential candidate Mike Pence, quote, voted to end Medicare as we know it, but Fact Check reports that Pence voted for a budget plan that called for a major change to Medicare, but it would have retained a health insurance system for seniors. Let's talk about former Attorney General Eric Holder. He said 1 in 3 black men will be incarcerated in their lifetimes. Fact Check finds this is an outdated projection based on the incarceration rate for black males from the year 2001. The rate has declined since then, but still the disproportion is fact. Let's talk about Barbara Boxer. The former senator repeated a convention talking point claiming that Trump said that wages are too high. Not quite. Fact Check reports he was talking about $15, the minimum wage, being too high. Now, saving the big dog for last because there was a couple of almost whoppers here. Bill Clinton said the United States approval rating soared 20 percentage points during the time that Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, but Fact Check finds analyses of the U.S. global rating doesn't support that claim. Also, the former president said that Arkansas schools went from worst to one of the most improved, quote unquote, most improved in his time as governor, and then credited Hillary. But in fact, Fact Check found that despite progress noted in 1992, the state was still near the bottom in most national ratings. Tonight, we will see in speeches from the DNC, Joe Biden and the president will speak as well, hitting the stage. We'll be back to look at more truth and fiction tomorrow. Let's go back to the desk.
All righty, Jason. We do want to let you know Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is bringing his campaign to Toledo, Ohio today. There's going to be a campaign event at Huntington Center, the Huntington Center right there in downtown Toledo, with the doors for that opening at 5 p.m. and the rally actually starting 3 hours later at 8 p.m. If you'd like to attend, tickets are available on the Trump campaign website, and we're going to have special coverage of the event starting this afternoon.
So even a little bit of exercise a week can really go a long way. So coming up, we're going to tell you the amount doctors are recommending specifically for women.
Yes, so stick around for that. Plus, findings on a deadly crash believed to have been caused by Tesla's autopilot feature. We'll tell you what it says that the driver was doing wrong.
And we do want to keep you updated on Amber Alert right now. The breaking news we're following involves this missing Madison Heights 17-year-old. He is an autistic boy. The Amber Alert was just issued moments ago in the search for Dion Gardner. Take a close look at his picture. He was last seen at the Myers store on East 13 Mile Road in Madison Heights around midnight last night. He has very limited verbal communication skills and mental capacity. If you think you have any information, think you may have seen him, any information can help. So please call police. We'll be right back.
In stories to watch for, juvenile charges could come later this morning for the 15-year-old East Point boy accused of stabbing a 16-year-old in the chest Monday at Veterans Memorial Park. Now, since the stabbing, the 16-year-old's condition has been upgraded to fair. Prosecutors also plan to bring adult charges against the suspect.
And Pope Francis is expected to arrive in Poland this week to attend the World Youth Day. It's one of the major events on the Catholic calendar, but the Pope will probably encounter a socially conservative church. Pope Francis says that he believes work can be done to help align Poland with more open and welcoming views of society. We're back in a minute.
The countdown is on.
You're so special.
I know. He likes to work the camera. Work it, Brandon. Work it. Well, it's over here now.
Camera 2.
I am special.
You are.
I'm, I want people to walk out the door, wake up with a smile. I'm waving. I'm looking at you.
Waking up with more than a smile right now. They're probably laughing, a hearty laugh.
Well, wasn't that funny?
Well, that's good.
Give me
right, it's good.
I like your haircut, Brandon.
Thank you, Rhonda.
I did notice this morning.
Your dress is very pretty.
Thank you, Brandon.
This is a little bit too much.
I know, right?
What's going on?
Like, you notice little things. People at home probably do too. They notice you got
My girl Nancy is taking like a 6-week vacation. So
oh no!
All 4 roos were back to back to back to back in the.
So
in the
expect
chair
6
yesterday.
weeks from now a little
grizzly.
out of hand.
I'll be looking like Jason Carr in the face and long hair.
What does that mean? See you later.
You know what that means.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say.
I look forward to November. No Shave November. Hey, we've got a freighter on the Detroit River. 1-800-Hanson's weather window. Looking good on the river. Very calm, a little hazy, but I tell you, the ship's getting up and down. No problemos. Today, 68 degrees, the southwest wind at about 5 miles an hour, and humidity's up at 78%. It's going to be a little bit like yesterday, only a skosh, a touch more muggy today. 68 now, gets to 70 degrees by 8 a.m. Bright sunshine for some and hazy for others. We are picking up some patchy fog over in Washtenaw and up in St. Clair counties from some cooler spots. 87 degrees at noon, warming quickly. Showers north of I-69 at 4 o'clock. 90 degrees. Most of us are going to be warm. And again, just a little bit more humid today. So we've gone from good to fair in the hair category. Not perfect, but not real windy. It's just really the heat and just turning up the humidity a little bit puts us into that fair category for the haircast, Kim. Kim needs every day, just need to get that out there. This cold front, again, responsible for what could be a couple of showers later this evening, M59 north, but the jet stream gets a little more active tomorrow, so we have scattered rain and thunder shower chances. Doesn't look like anything major, and I think most of the day will be on the drier side. Come on, 7-day. There it is. That's what I get for delaying the beginning of my weathercast. 84 tomorrow with, again, some scattered showers. And then Friday looks mostly dry, although an isolated shower cannot be ruled out. Saturday morning down near the Ohio border, watching a rain chance there. But not a whole lot of wet weather. Probably need the sprinklers going here over the next few days. Hoping tomorrow, Kim, we get some good showers, but just not during the commutes. How are we looking so far on a Wednesday morning?
That's right. We're looking good. And Brandon, it's been a long stretch of bad hair days and Lots of fun buns, if you know what I'm talking about out there. Girls, you know. All right, well, let's talk about some construction now. Northbound I-75, Clark to Michigan Avenue. 1-lane block there today from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then eastbound I-94, right at Gratiot, you can expect 1-lane blocked for nightly construction. This starts up at 9 p.m., wrapping up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And if you're headed out to I-275 this morning, we're going to take a look at how that commute looks coming up at 6:24. Back to you.
All right, Kim, we'll see you then. In the meantime, it's 6:16 and it's time to talk consumer headlines this morning. Tech giant Apple is creating concern among stockholders. But first, the investigation into the deaths involving Tesla's autopilot. Maribel Aber covering these stories for us live from New York at NASDAQ. Good morning.
Good morning, Rhonda. Well, first off, federal investigators say the driver who was killed when his self-driving Tesla crashed was speeding. The Model S was in the self-driving mode and traveling at 74 miles per hour, 9 miles faster than the speed limit. The car crashed into the side of a tractor trailer near Gainesville, Florida, shearing off the car's roof. So the accident put the spotlight on Tesla's autopilot system. The system was unable to distinguish the white side of the truck from the brightly lit sky as the tractor trailer took a left turn in front of the car. Okay, Apple sales have fallen for a second straight quarter. One of the main reasons is a drop-off in iPhone sales. About 40.4 million of the devices were sold last quarter. That's down from 48 million a year earlier. But there is a bright spot. Apple's cheaper phone, the SE, sales of that model were stronger than expected. You know, Rhonda, we'll see what Apple rolls out maybe in September. And if it's a new iPhone, will consumers bite? We'll see.
We will have to see. All right, Maribel, thank you. In the meantime, let's get over to Evrod with our pet of the week. Those are some cuties, Evrod.
Oh, yeah, they are. Patrice Reed here now with some very adorable puppies. Who do we have?
Over here, Holton and Ann Arbor.
Wow. And what kind of dogs
Cities
are
in
these?
Michigan.
What kind of puppies are these?
These are Shepherd Lab mixes.
Gotcha.
Holton couldn't decide what he wanted to be. See, he has that two-tone head.
Yeah.
It's like half of this side, half of that side.
I love it. And a Detroit Tigers. It looks like a Detroit Tigers bandana on here.
Right.
Very cool.
So handsome.
How old are they?
They're about 9 weeks. There was a litter of 10.
Uh-huh.
And I think that Holton might be gone. I don't know yet. They're working on it. Somebody is looking at Holton.
Oh, they're going to be gone
He hasn't left
quick.
the building yet.
They're going to be gone very quick.
Yeah, he hasn't left the building yet, so.
We've got a number at the bottom of your screen there. If you'd like to adopt them, you can call Detroit Dog Rescue at 313-458-8014. These are adorable puppies.
Adorable.
Very cool. So make sure you call and give them a good home. But speaking of adoptions, we have an update because Evrod the dog was adopted.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they have decided to change the name.
What's
wrong with the name Evrod?
Yeah, they're going to change the name.
So that means that there's you can name your dog Evrod. That name is up for grabs now. But this is formerly known, the dog formerly known as Evrod with his new family, the Smaltzes. So a big congratulations to them. And now you've got 2 new dogs that you can adopt and take home. We still need a home for Rhonda, so make sure you call and adopt Rhonda as well. I believe that
she
might
be adopted already.
Okay. No changing the name on that one, okay? But yes, we're glad to see that these animals are getting great homes, and we always love when you stop by with adorable puppies and cats as well.
Thank you.
All righty, Rhonda, we'll send it over to you.
All right, and send in your picture so we can see the family that the Rhonda dog ended up with. And love those names, Patrice, Ann Arbor, and Houghton. That's cute. 6:19 is your time, still on the run, still ahead. When a man is caught on camera stuffing into his pockets, and how police need your help on this one. Plus, a little can go a long way. How much exercise a woman should get to make a difference, coming up next. And also, it's time to say good morning to our Facebook friend for today. This is Tiffany Truesdale from Clawson. She is a big fan of Brandon Rue. Brandon's smiling from ear to ear, Tiffany. She's also a Red Wings and Tigers fan. Red Wings, you can see there. Brandon's applauding for you, too. We're going to be sending you a Big B coffee card for being our friend of the day. And a reminder to everybody else, don't forget to go to the Local 4 Facebook page. And you can click on the Friend of the Day tab. Tell us a little something about yourself and include a picture. And you might be our next friend of the day as well. We'll be right back.
We do have an update to breaking news that we've been following for you involving this missing Madison Heights 17-year-old autistic boy. We've just learned that Dion Gardner has been found. We are working to gather new details about the circumstances surrounding his finding, but we're going to have a live report coming up at the top of our 6:30 half hour.
Weather and traffic here at 624, always on the fours. We're at 68 degrees right now. Very mild morning. It's going to be warm, and hazy sunshine brings us to 87 at noon, 90 for a high this afternoon. A little bit more muggy and some shower chances mainly late afternoon, early evening north of M59. Kim?
All right, well, right now we're taking a look at your commute along I-275 right at 8 Mile. You can see the southbound lanes looking good. Those cars traveling at posted speeds, and northbound, of course, is still closed, but hey, it's looking good and it should be open back in September.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Kim. 624 is your time, and turning our attention to good health this morning. Playing a sport as a teenager may keep teens from abusing prescription painkillers.
This information is all from a new study from the University of Michigan that found young athletes are less likely than their peers to take opioid painkillers without a prescription.
11% of kids who did not play sports said that they have abused painkillers, compared with 8% of kids who said that they played sports every day. And taking care of your body at an early age is crucial, especially for women.
Doctors say that even the smallest amount of exercise can help prevent many health risks. More than 97,000 women ages 27 to 44 were studied. And the study found that younger women who exercise just 2.5 hours a week might cut their risk for heart disease by up to 25%. And the exercise didn't really even have to be strenuous. Even taking a brisk walk, that was associated with a lower risk of heart disease. So just getting out and doing something, staying active, can help lower your risk for that. So
absolutely. And starting at a young age is great because then you develop that lifestyle. It's
right.
part of, who you are and what you do to stay healthy.
Yep. It is 6:26, and coming up next is 6:30. Local stories from Lake Orion, Oak Park, and Westland.
Plus, it's a Facebook post that caught the attention of police. What a local man shared, what he bragged about, that now has him facing some serious charges.
Plus, you never know what might happen on live TV. We know that. We're going to show you this feathery photo bomb that was all caught on camera. That's coming up next. We come back in a minute. Welcome back, everybody. It's time for today's top video. Check this out. Oh man. If we could drop that banner there, you could get a good look at this this hawk. It's a friend that dropped by a TV weather broadcast at a station in Lincoln, Nebraska, and we're just hanging out near the camera.
He's like, Monday. I know exactly what this is.
Right. They were able to get a close-up view of this animal, this creature here, as it stared into what we're thinking is its own reflection in the lens of the camera.
The hog seemed captivated by what it was seeing and stayed very close to the camera, actually for quite a while, enjoying the view.
He's like, I look good.
But think about it, when you see cameras like news cameras, what do people do?
You stop and you check yourself out. And
no, I'm talking about when people see you, like out doing a live shot.
Oh.
They run up and they start, playing to the camera. Hawks are the same way as we are.
Yep.
Say hello. Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
And a sigh of relief for the family of this teenager. We have just learned a missing autistic teen from Madison Heights has been found. It was the subject of our Amber Alert, so we're certainly happy to bring you an end to this breaking news we've been following for you all morning long.
Yeah, a happy ending to that. Just to catch you up to speed, he's 17 years old. He's autistic with very limited verbal communication skills. And he was missing around midnight from a Meijer store in Madison Heights. And thankfully, as you mentioned, he has been found. Local 4's Lauren Podell is joining us live now this morning with new information about the whereabouts in terms of where he was found. And I understand that you were hopefully getting a chance to speak with the family.
And we did. We are live here at Rhonda and Evrod with Dion Gardner's very relieved parents. I've got Mom Wanda here, Dad Peyton. Talk to me. When you saw Dion walking along, you believe it was 13 Mile Road, Wanda. Tell me, what went through your mind? What did you think when you saw him?
Relief. I was so relieved. I was so thankful to God, thankful to all the support of the police and you all. I just appreciate all the prayers of the saints, as I did shout out to them on Facebook and say, please pray, and my family. And everyone.
And you recognized him when you were walking. What did you say to your husband?
I was like, I see Dion. I see someone's walking over there. I see him walking over there. So he turned the car around and went toward it was toward Target. And as he was walking, a sign like he was real tired and had his shoes in his hand and he was looking exhausted.
Now, you guys had been shopping at the Meijer at 13 Mile and John R. around the midnight hour, and that's when he went missing. So, Peyton, give us a little background on what exactly happened and why he ran off.
Well, we was doing some shopping, and there's a certain item that he wanted. I told him, well, we can't get that today. And he got upset and took off running. So I ran after him, me and my son, we ran after him, almost got him. And then he took off to the dark area where I couldn't see, and so I had to get the vehicle and look for him. Could not find him.
And now, so you came here to Madison Heights Police, Royal Oak Police, Troy Police. Everyone was involved. Of course, there was an Amber Alert issued. How far away, Peyton, did you find Dion? He didn't go that far.
It seems like it was maybe a mile and a half.
That's still far. And this is brand new video, that we're looking at of your son in the back seat. A mile away from where you were shopping. It doesn't really matter how long he's been missing. These were scary moments for you. How happy are you right now to know that he's safe and sound in the back seat of your car?
Words cannot express how happy I am. I'm so excited. I'm just feeling real grateful, and thankful for everyone's support, and I just wanted to just thank everybody for continuing to look and search and do all that they could do.
And of course, your concern, your son being autistic, he has limited verbal skills, limited mental capacity, so obviously your concern was even heightened because of that.
Yes. All he could do was walk around and hope that somebody would find him, and I'm glad we did.
And thankfully, Mom and Dad found him first. Dion is back with his family, home safe after a scary couple of hours. And thankfully, Madison Heights Police and surrounding police agencies were able to help get his photo out and help this family get their son back home safe. Thank you guys for joining us, and have a much quieter morning. Reporting live from Madison Heights, Lauren Podell, Local 4 News Today. A very happy ending, Rhonda and Evrod.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that family all back together. Lauren, thank you. Brandon, over to you.
All right, let's get that weather and traffic going. We've got 68 degrees outside right now. One thing we're looking at, just a little bit of a haze here as we look down at the Detroit River. Visibility at Metro is 9 miles, but we are getting some reports like Ann Arbor and up in Port Huron where we've got less than a mile visibility. Some cooler pockets, but temperatures mainly in the 60s as you head out right now. 70 degrees at 8 a.m. Noontime up to 87, hazy sun, 90 degrees, a little bit on the sticky side, but shower chances with the heat of the afternoon will be north of us. Big area of low pressure up here across northern Canada, and behind it we've got this cold front, and you can see the showers developing along this cold front, and that brings shower chances mainly into our northern counties. We'll say north of M59 after probably 5 or 6 p.m. Some scattered showers up in the thumb. All right, let's take a look at traffic now. Let's send it over to Kim and 4 Live Traffic.
All right, Brandon. Well, it's a very quiet morning out there on the road, so that is some good news for you this morning. And if you are traveling along I-696 this evening, there is some construction to talk about, so let's get to it. Westbound I-696 from Shaner to Hoover, 2 lanes blocked starting at 8 p.m. tonight. This will wrap up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that will continue nightly until Saturday morning. And then eastbound I-696 from I-275 to Lasser, there's going to be 2 lanes blocked from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then right at 11 p.m. only 1 lane will be open in that area until 5 a.m. in the morning, and this will continue tonight and tomorrow night. And stick around because we have some construction to talk about on M39 that's coming up at 6:44. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. At 6:35, well, it was history made on day 2 of the Democratic National Convention last night. Hillary Clinton became the first woman ever to be nominated for president by a major political party. She made a surprise appearance as well with a video message to her supporters as she accepted the nomination.
What an incredible honor that you have given me. And I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet. Thanks to you and to everyone who's fought so hard to make this possible. This is really your victory. This is really your night.
And Hillary Clinton ended her video message encouraging any girl that they can be president too. Jason Carr has been monitoring social media for us and reactions as Hillary Clinton's nomination last night. Talk us through what folks are saying.
Well, producer Ian is heavy, so let's get right into what they are saying. Jennifer Granholm, remember this moment, everyone. Whether you're an R or a D, whether you're a man or a woman, you have to appreciate that U.S. history is made. Amy Schumer, history made. Hashtag I'm with her. Thus concludeth the carport.
Clinton is getting a ton of support from politicians and celebrities. Former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm sent out a tweet. A comedian and actress Amy Schumer tweeted, and we asked for other social media remarks as well. So please keep us updated on those as we continue the conversation throughout the morning. Well, not everyone was happy about the nominations. At the convention, dozens of protesters showed their support for Bernie Sanders, chanting, "We want Bernie." Some states even gave those votes for the Vermont senator during Hillary Clinton's nomination process. And we also heard from former President Bill Clinton as well, addressing the crowd and making a very powerful speech that we wanted you to take a listen to.
You could drop her into any trouble spot. Pick one. Come back in a month, and somehow, some way, she will have made it better. That is just who she is.
Hillary Clinton will officially accept her party's nomination on stage at the Democratic National Convention tomorrow night.
Time now is 6:38, and a church in France targeted in an attack by two men linked to ISIS will remain guarded by police this morning. An 84-year-old priest was killed, and 4 other people were taken hostage by the 2 armed men on Tuesday. Police managed to surround the church in order to shoot and kill the 2 suspects. This morning, one of the hostages is in critical condition still. Of course, this is a story that we first told you about yesterday in an area. The city in France is in an area near Normandy. They, of course, went and attacked the priests as well as nuns that were in that church worshiping. And, of course, it's a story that will continue to follow as we get new details. It is 6:39 now, and time for some stories that are happening around Metro Detroit.
Yes, we want to take you to Mount Clemens, Oak Park, and Lake Orion. But first, let's begin in Mount Clemens. And an investigation is underway after a group of teens discovered a body in the Clinton River while they were fishing in Mount Clemens on Tuesday night. The body belongs to an unknown adult male. Police are trying to figure out who the man is and how he ended up dead and in the water. So anyone with information is asked to contact the police.
And in Oak Park now, police need your help catching the thief who broke into a boutique. It happened early Sunday morning at the Curve Bella Boutique, and you can see the video here showing the man taking merchandise from a display table, then stuffing it right into his pockets. He rode off on a bike, but if you recognize him or know anything, you're asked to contact police.
A motorcyclist found himself behind bars last night after bragging on social media about outrunning police in a high-speed chase on his motorcycle. Surveillance video from that night of the chase shows the suspect actually leaving a karaoke bar in Lake Orion. Officers say that his posts 3 days after the chase helped track him down.
Not only is it a confession, it also listed information that realistically only the motorist and the officer would know, and that makes it then evidence.
Without the Facebook post, police say that it's unlikely they would have been able to catch that biker. He's also looking at a 5-year felony for going 140 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. Very dangerous. Someone you probably want to get off the streets for sure. Time now is 6:40 and ahead. He was about to cash out, but he was cuffed before he could pay. Why police arrested this man at the register. And we do want to keep you updated on the breaking news that we've been following for you all morning long out of Madison Heights. In case you missed it, the 17-year-old autistic boy that was missing for a good 6 hours has been found. And there he is with his parents. Dion Gardner was the subject of an Amber Alert throughout the night. His parents were out looking for him all night long. They spotted him not too far away from the Meijer store on 13 Mile Madison Heights where he was last seen. So a happy ending to our breaking news story this morning. We certainly enjoy bringing news along like that to you. We'll be right back.
Sky 4.
All right, welcome back, everybody. 6:44. We've got the whole gang here.
Yes, we do. And so far,
so good. Yeah, it's been a great morning so far.
Hopefully we can keep it that way. Another steamy one, too.
Yeah, you know, not terrible, but
that's a ringing endorsement.
It could be worse.
Terrible.
I mean, we could live in Texas.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's some perspective.
Thinking about, I mean, is it okay to invite ourselves over to Jason's house in the pool today?
Oh.
Jason, you have a pool?
Ooh, I
Been holding out on us.
I just got that look.
That's the home porch.
68 degrees. Look at this beautiful shot from our Penobscot building downtown. That sun is up. Hazy sun over Belle Isle, Lake St. Clair. Good morning, everybody. 68 now, gets to 70 by 8 a.m. That hazy, sunny start. A little patchy fog being recorded out in Ann Arbor and also up in Port Huron. So watch that along I-94 through Washtenaw and St. Clair counties. But most of the day, no problems here. Just a little bit more muggy today. 87 degrees at noon, 90-degree afternoon high. If it's golf day, beach day, whatever day, hydrate, sunscreen. Don't forget, and make sure you just keep an eye on the kids. We had it much worse last week, and things will get better as we head into tomorrow, temperature-wise, thanks in part to this cold front up to the north. But this cold front will also bring a shower or two into our northern counties as we head into the evening hours today. That front will sag south. Tomorrow, we get a little more activity in here from the west, and shower chances increase for all of us on your Thursday. But again, this evening, the showers mainly along and north of M59. Maybe starting around 6 p.m. through about 9 or 10 p.m. Here's the model, and we'll stop it in 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and showers up in the Saginaw Bay, and then sinking south into the evening. Here's that M59 corridor, and still seeing some showers there at about 9 o'clock. As we head into tomorrow, again, it's scattered showers, 84 degrees, so slightly cooler. And not an all-day washout, but we'll be dodging a few showers and storms here and there. Nothing severe is expected, and we'll let you know if that changes. Temperatures very manageable as we head through the upcoming weekend with minimal rain chances after tomorrow, which is not even a big-time sure bet. So, Kim, we're going to need to keep the sprinklers going. The summer sizzler continues.
And it continues. All right, well, here's a look right now at the 1-800-CALL-SAM-CHOPPER shot. This is M14 right at Godfreyson. If you're headed out towards Ann Arbor this morning, things looking good. But as Brandon was saying, a little bit of fog in this area, so just be careful. Visibility could be a little bit of an issue if you are in this area this morning. Now let's talk about some construction along eastbound I-94 right at Gratiot. 1-lane block there starting tonight, 9 p.m. wrapping up tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. And then northbound Southfield Freeway from Outer Drive to Ford Road, only 1 lane open there, 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. This will continue until Friday. Back to you.
All righty, Kim, thank you. It is 6:47 now, and a state of emergency has been declared because of 2 major wildfires that are burning in California.
Yeah, it's just been awful out in Santa Clarita Valley Mountains north of Los Angeles. Take a look at what's left of these people's homes. 20,000 residents were evacuated on Sunday. They're now being allowed to come back and see what's left. The fire has already scorched almost 38,000 acres. A store clerk was caught off guard when police officers stormed inside to take a customer down. So take a look. This was the end result of an all-day search by Atlanta police. Take a look at that. The man they're arresting was wanted in connection to a deadly shooting. Police tracked him down at this store, and as you can see, they moved in and took him down into custody.
All right, so many people like surprise visitors, others don't, and I don't think you would either if that surprise visitor is a bear. A man spotted this in the backyard of his Minnesota home. It's a big old black bear just staying cool in the kiddie pool right in the backyard. Maybe he even went down that slide there. The furry visitor was also spotted enjoying some leftovers from nearby garbage cans. The homeowner says that he wasn't frightened because of previous training, but suggests others consider keeping any garbage inside if possible, which, you know, obviously could attract black bears like that. I would also imagine a pool would also attract bears, as
Absolutely.
you can see there too.
Yeah, no matter the size. You fit in there perfectly, right?
Don't send your kids out there saying, hey, you got a new friend that wants to swim with you.
Yeah, no, you don't want to swim with that.
Now 6:48, and coming up, we've got our question of the day.
And that and our top 4 stories as well right after the break. Stay with us.
We have no bears in our pool at the home port, but we do have tree frogs, the occasional chipmunk that I have to rescue, wild ducks, mallard ducks. We have a bowl of bacon coming up, stay tuned.
Wendy lost a...
Welcome back, everybody. In today's top 4, our breaking news of the morning was all over this missing 17-year-old autistic boy who has been found safe and sound, but was the subject of an Amber Alert. His name is Dion Gardner, and there you see him with his parents reunited just a little while ago this morning. He was last seen actually at a Meijer store where the family was shopping together, and he disappeared in the darkness. They searched for him all night and thankfully found him not too far from the store, safe and sound.
And breaking on Detroit's east side, a man was shot and killed overnight. The man's body was found on Riad Street near Kelly Road and Meringue earlier this morning. The victim was 37 years old and was shot outside of his vehicle. So far, no arrests have been made.
Welcome back to Philadelphia as day 3 is about to get underway here. Of course, we're only halfway through this convention, and last night history was made, of course, as Hillary Clinton becomes the first woman ever to be nominated for president by one of the major parties in 240 years of American history. What's left? Well, tonight we'll be hearing from President Barack Obama, really just dovetailing off of the speech of Michelle Obama the other night. It kind of starts the goodbye tour for the Obama family and the Obama presidency. We'll also hear from Joe Biden tonight, and then all of that leads up to tomorrow night when we'll hear from Hillary Clinton herself. Most of the Democrats here know they have a lot of work to do, they believe, before Election Day to try and change the minds of a lot of voters who just don't seem to believe that Hillary Clinton is trustworthy or relatable to many. Can they change that? Well, that'll be the real story of the success of the DNC. We'll have it covered for you from Philadelphia. Devin Skillian, Local 4 News Today.
Thank you, Devin. And we do want to keep you updated on what happened here. This was a crazy situation in a store, a convenience store, when teenagers just came storming into that store, robbing it in less than a minute and getting away with things like candy and food. But thankfully, no major injuries, but they're all still on the loose.
Oh, like a scene from the land of the lost. 2 suns coming up out there, well, one reflection anyway, off of the Detroit River. Beautiful sunrise. Get out there and enjoy it because it is going to heat up quickly today. We're at 68 degrees, mostly sunny, the barometer over 30 inches, and that means stable weather. A little bit more humid today, 90 degrees, and evening rain chances north up into the thumb. Tomorrow, we all could see a shower or two scattered on and off. No all-day soaker, Kim.
All right, well, we have one problem in Macomb County right now. Let's take a look at our maps. This is westbound I-94 right at 12 Mile. This accident blocking your right shoulder, so watch out for that. And let's get a look right now at our Sky 4 chopper. This is US 23 right at M14, which was closed for a while. So here's a look at it. Things looking good in this area. And everything looking good out there everywhere else. So we are just got that accident over on the east side, so just be careful of that. But things looking good here. Dry roads.
We mentioned there was a little bit of fog out in Ann Arbor, also in Port Huron. So there's areas along I-94. Maybe just be careful.
Yes,
absolutely. Good deal.
6:55 now. Pull
so
up
what's
a chair,
our question
Jason.
of the day?
Well, I'm in the newsroom printing stuff off. Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
We're talking about what is your favorite go-to radio station this morning. That's what we've been asking people on social media. Do you guys have a favorite one?
WWJ, News Radio 950.
News Radio 950.
Yeah.
Even when you're not here, you're listening to
She's
News Radio?
all day long. And sometimes I have to say to myself, Rhonda, I have the satellite radio in my car.
Yeah.
I barely ever use it, but pay for it.
Really?
So sometimes I have to force myself to listen to music.
I should be listening to local radio more often, but I'm locked in on 22.
What's that one?
Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam
On the
Jam.
satellite
That's
radio?
That's my go-to.
I listen to, I'm a hip hop head, so I listen to Hot 107.5 here in Detroit. Radio 1 right down the street.
Oh, there you go.
All right, well, let's check out what the viewers say.
I do satellite radio.
Oh, you do?
I do like the top 20.
Yeah. No, get your top 20.
John Judge says the Drew and Mike podcast and the Detroit cast. So going off the dial there. WLLZ says, hi, Andrea, that's going back to the day. Tom Joyner Morning Show, JG Flowers. Stern on satellite radio, says David.
I love Howard Stern.
So do I.
Michael, oh, go ahead.
Marianne says, I'm a channel surfer. My presets are 95.5. I also have that one.
Yes, me
Mojo
too.
in the morning, 96.3, 98.7, 99.5, 100.3.
So basically everybody.
Everything.
Yeah. There you
We
go.
got a lot of
All
selection
covered.
around here.
Della Redbird.
Yeah.
Della Redbird. I love that name on Facebook. 97.1 The Ticket.
There you go.
I listened to a little bit of that
Sports
myself.
fan.
Yeah.
I still miss V98.7.
You guys have to check out.
Music.
You guys have to check out the new 105.1 The Bounce.
Oh, somebody on here liked that one.
Have a
Enjoy
great
the
day,
sunshine,
everybody.
everybody.
Flow Diva liked
Let's
that one.
bounce.
You deserve